Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Are You Ready for Your Inspection podcast. Today, I am excited because I have not only one, but I have two guests with me. As you all know, if you are taking the time to listen to the podcast, sometimes talking to myself is really, really hard. So when someone says that, when I put a little cry for help out, would anybody like to join me? And they go, yes, I jump at the chance. So today I have two people who are joining me, and we will explain further about the reason why I want them to join me. I have known this group, these people, which seems for a very long time, actually. If we've been going 7 years, probably 6 years, maybe, something like that. Yeah. So who's going to go first? Liz, let's go for you. Introduce yourself, say who you are, where you are, your job title, and then Libby, you can go on and do your bit.
So I am Linsie Dare. I'm the operations director for Munchkins Nursery. We have 5, soon to be 6 nurseries across Basildon and Colchester.
Okay.
And I'm Libby Houston. I'm the area manager for Munchkins Nursery, and I work across all 5, soon to be 6 nurseries, and very closely with Lindsay.
Brilliant. Perfect. Welcome to the podcast. Have you done a podcast before?
No, I don't think we have.
No.
Oh.
No, we haven't
welcome
done
to your
our first one. Thank you for inviting us.
No worries. So the reason that I invited you, not only that, it's great to see you, and I see you quite often. Well, I do, and then it goes quiet, and then I see you quite often again, and it goes quiet. Yeah. So I've done a lot of work with you guys in the very beginning, and getting you going, and watching how you've grown. But you recently had an inspection. Obviously, the name of the podcast is Are You Ready for Inspection? The answer to that for everybody is no. Nobody's ever ready, really. If we could turn that mindset round to say, yes, we are, that would be amazing. Is that you recently had at your setting at Wivenhoe, am I right? You got an inspection.
Yep.
Super excited that you had that, because the last time I visited you guys, I love that one. I do. I do. So talk me through. Let's go from the very beginning. And obviously, we're going to remember the podcasts are usually about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. So first of all, the question is, were you ready?
Yeah.
So when was your last inspection, maybe, from that one?
So our last inspection was in 2018.
Okay.
And since then I managed Wivenhoe, and then got an in-house promotion to area manager, and then handed over. So obviously the other manager was in position for about a year, and then unfortunately had to step back because she was on sick leave. So our new manager was only in position for 3 weeks.
All the way.
Yeah, and although, like, obviously we'd done intense training, and our new manager was previously a deputy, so they know Munchkins through and through, and the team at Wivenhoe were ready. We'd obviously been prepping every day, but you can only be as ready as you can be. And yeah, I think obviously sometimes it was better just to sort of throw her in the deep end and be like, you know what you're doing. She'd also done an Ofsted that year as well at the Linsie Nursery. So she has had Ofsted experience, and she knew what was coming. But we were really lucky, I think, with obviously the inspector, because they understood that, and they understood that she'd only been in position 3 weeks, and let me join her in the learning walk. Because I was acting manager in the other manager's absence. So that was really nice that I could sort of step in. Not that I really needed to, she did it all on her own anyway, but I was there to step in for anything that was before her time, like the year and things like that she didn't know about. I was able to step in. So yeah, I guess you can only be as ready as you can be, but we do a lot of training, a lot of audits, lots of preps and stuff like that, so that definitely helped.
Okay, so thinking back then, when you got the call the day before.
Yeah, it was Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah. How did you feel?
I suppose there's that you do get that first sense of I wouldn't say panic, but just that idea, you know, are we ready? You know, are we actually ready? And we are extremely confident in our team. And I think part of mine and Libby's role is, you know, bringing that calmness and that positivity and reinforcing how good they are. You know, we know how good they are. So it was, I think, our job to kind of get down there as soon as possible, and just kind of remind them how good they are and how good their environment is. You know, Wivenhoe, they done what they do every single day. They did not do any different. The reason, you know, they shocked us with just how much they was prepared to share. They all wanted to talk to the inspector.
They wanted to shine.
They wanted to shine, you know. And I remember in the morning we had a chat with them and said, you just do what you do every day, have fun, be with the children. But they were able to then take it to that level. And I mean, from apprentices to qualified, of really talking about the curriculum and how this meets the children's needs. And, you know, our curriculum went live a year ago in January. So it's a year-old curriculum that's, you know, bespoke for Munchkins. And, you know, it's been a while since EYFS have given that freedom. Yeah. So, you know, we are so proud of our curriculum, and it's something that's mentioned in the Ofsted report. But the staff was able to explain, as you always say, Vanessa, the intent, the impact, that all of that is kind of, that's in our curriculum. All of that is the foundation. So, yeah, they just done a fantastic job for their rationale and just shone. They were amazing.
I think you know, with the present climate where everyone's talking about how nervous, and I put a post out this weekend on social media where I was just like, I feel this, and this you can shoot me down. I can take it. I can take it. So I see it from a provider's point of view, because obviously I was group manager and, you know, in the same position as what you were, Lindsay, with 6-7 settings. So yeah, that was my role. But also seeing it from an inspector's point of view is the fact that me as an inspector, I was always nervous going into a setting, because you knew that they know the setting better than what I do. And it's really hard, isn't it, to actually try as an inspector to understand. I'm raising my hands here. You can't see this on a podcast, but I get it. But like, you got to understand what the vision is for that setting and what the curriculum is. And you've got this snapshot of one day to fully understand it, embed it. But if all of your staff fully understand it, embed it, that's it, isn't it?
Well, this is it. The tools are there. I mean, we had the curriculum, and me and Libby talk about this in our training, and the curriculum is wrapped around what the staff do. All we did was provide rationale and a structure around it. We based it on what they do so they can own it. And they've got the tools there for that. What we've done with the curriculum is simplified it. The staff that use our curriculum say, you know, they feel rich with the curriculum because it's so simple to use. And that means that it's simple to talk about, because it's off the back of what you're doing. You can relate to it so much easier. So a 17-year-old apprentice can tell your intent and can understand what we're doing, because we've made it visual. We've taught them auditory, visual. They've got all of them learning styles wrapped up in our curriculum. And I think that's what really come through, was that they understood. And it is simple, it is play, it is interaction, it's what we do every day. You know, unfortunately there is this, you know, the fear of Ofsted, but I really feel that if you've got them fundamentals right, just really enjoy the day. And we did.
We enjoying the day. You've got one time to shine. I say this all of the time, and I know I get a lot of probably backlash going, oh, you know, we've had this and this inspected this, and I can't comment on that. And every inspector, I always remember when I wrote the book, I wrote on my very first one, I wrote, every child is unique, every setting is unique, every inspector is unique. And I gave it to, it was my shadow inspector at the time. And I gave it to her to read my first chapter, and she told me, she came back to me, the first chapter, and I went, read it, let me know what you think, blah, blah, blah. She said, you can't write that because you're saying that every inspector is different. And I went, well, they are different. That's what I'm telling you. They are different. We have to go with that. And needless to say, I never gave her the other chapters because I just thought she's not my vibe. I'm just going back, not doing it. Yeah, I don't like what you say. You can go. But it's true though, isn't it? You have to literally, you have to say what you're doing. They don't know what you're doing. You have to say what you're doing. What's your intention?
Yeah, and I mean the talking, Libby, isn't it? The talk. Yeah,
we engraved that in our
tips.
team, didn't we? We just said, like, this is your time to shine. They don't know anything about the children. They don't know anything about you. They don't know anything about your nursery. So you tell them, like, and that has been embedded across all our teams. And I think really, really shone through Wivenhoe, because they did, like, we had staff pull the inspector to one side. I was like, oh, can I talk to you? And set it on their own grounds. Like, obviously the inspector always asks, have you got anyone who's nervous? And we had one staff member who was really nervous, but wanted to talk to her because she's been with us for 6 years now, and she's like, I know this nursery better than anyone. And we wanted her to talk, but she was nervous, and she actually said, I would like to talk to you, but can we do it privately? And they sat at the back of the garden on a bench and had a full-on conversation about how much she knows Munchkins, and it was amazing. And I'm so glad she did it. That was such a milestone for her. But also then the inspector's like, yeah, this team does know what they're talking about, even the ones who aren't as confident.
Yeah, exactly. So if you were to give each of you, hopefully they'll be different. Sorry, guys, I should have prepped you from this. So you can talk conflict you. 3 top tips, or maybe 4 between you. 4 top tips of how on being ready for your inspection. What would you say?
I would definitely say embed into your staff that it's your time, and that you have the reins, you know, like, you're there to show them and teach them, and tell that to your team. It's really good the manager and the deputy manager know that, but actually your apprentices need to know that, and your room leaders need to know that, because I don't think that's always cascaded down. And then that's when you get really nervous staff, when actually, if you feel like you're wearing the trousers and you've got the big boots on, it's like, actually, no, I'm going to show you. And it gives them a bit more of that fire in their belly and that confidence to kind of do it. I'd definitely say cascade it down to your team.
Phrase, fire in your belly. Sorry.
Yeah. And I would say just shine, you know, be proud. Early years is a fantastic sector, and this is something that we get across to all of our team, and what we do is amazing. So be proud of that. Something we always use here is, you know, never do for a child what they can do for themselves, and that really holds you in good stead during an inspection. That independence, and it should be throughout, but remember that independence. Safeguarding, you can never have enough safeguarding knowledge, in my opinion. And I can honestly say that from all of our team, not one safeguarding knowledge question was missed. So every single one of them knew their safeguarding, and that is embedded throughout Munchkins. And
you have a really good training program, though. You have a really good induction program. You really have a really good training program. You're not you know, you embed it all the way through. It's not clicker happy. You know my feelings on clicker happy, and I can't. If it's no impact, why are you doing it? You're almost just ticking a box and there's no impact. What's the point? So actually, I know your training program, I know you've put that together, and your induction is really robust, isn't it? When you have your induction on your new staff, they come in and I've seen it. I've been there in the very beginning when you were putting all of these things together, and how you've grown with it. It's amazing, but it works.
Oh, it works.
Yeah, I mean, and I think even the inspector noticed, like, that I think she even said, like, this isn't the end for, like, Wivenhoe. Like, she knows that you're not going to sit back now, and that's that. And I think that's what is consistent. And
that's the thing, Libby, is the fact that actually, you know, you've had your inspection, and it was as amazing results as you can get, but you're not going to sit back, are you? And that's what I really want to stress as well, is don't stop on that.
No, I mean, you know, they've captured it, but we know that we know that our staff have got the tools, the training, and we've got the high quality staff in early years, and it's ensuring that children get that high quality care. That's what's important. And actually, if Ofsted come and snapshot that and see that, then fantastic, hats off to that. But what's really important is that children are accessing high quality childcare, and that is the main thing. We can get lost in Ofsted. We can get lost in that focus, but actually,
I get that, and you do. And I think sometimes with me, there's quite a lot of focus on what we do at Jigsaw is actually getting you ready for your inspection. Yeah, that is. But also, it's not. You've got to maintain it, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, really important, isn't it?
It will never work if you just try and put things for a day. It's got to be embedded, and this is what we strive for at Munchkins, is to ensure that our curriculum has done that. It's given us a foundation to embed, and our induction, like you say, our training and our safeguarding, all of that has really worked, and they are outstanding settings. And for Ofsted to come and see that, brilliant, hats off. But it's
So
the
you
children
think
for
let it
us.
slip then, the amazing results. What did you get?
Maybe, Libby. What did we get, Libs?
I think maybe just outstanding.
And it's so hard to get outstanding. I can't congratulate you enough. I know when Joe and Lizzie, sent me a message, I was just like, I feel very proud of how far you've come, because I think you've taken it on board, and you've continued with it. You haven't taken your foot off the pedal.
Yeah, no, it has. It's been a long journey, but I think as well with Wivenhoe, it's one of our oldest settings, so it's had time to embed it, and it's had a wealth of knowledge come through Wivenhoe, and it's finally had its time to shine, which is amazing, because we've been working for it for a long time, as you know. And it only comes around once every 6 years, so they use it whilst you've got it, and we did.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for joining me for this podcast. It's great to see you on screen.
You too, Vanessa.
Yeah, I think I'm very proud of you both. I really am.
Thank you.
I really am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And as we were talking about before the podcast, thank you so much for your constant content. It really helps, really visual. We still use it as part of our team training.
All the time. Yeah, so beneficial.
There's so much embedded from Jigsaw as well for Munchkins. So thank you very much for that.
No, but honestly, more than welcome. I give you the tools, you do what you want with it, and you've taken it. So for me, that's what it was. Yeah. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So that's the end of our episode of Are You Ready for Your Inspection podcast. If you would like any more information about what we do at Jigsaw, please let us know. If you've got the book or read the magazine, or I'm so excited about the magazine, sorry. Let us know. Or if you wanted any quality improvement audits, we'll just have a chat, give us a call, or email us, and we will be in contact. But from me to you, I will see you next week.